Hi, this is Greg with Grebic Knives. We bought ourselves a new tool today because I'm trying to make a project that I need to cut and my chop saw just wouldn't do it. So I went out and got the Harbor Freight Central Machine 1 horsepower 4x6 inch horizontal and vertical metal bandsaw. We're going to be opening this thing up and setting it up and seeing how difficult it is, and then we'll do a test on it to see how well it works. If you like our videos, please subscribe and give me a little thumbs up. And if you have any questions or concerns or comments or opinions on what else we should do next, just leave me something in the comments and I'll get back to you either on the comments or I will make another video. Thank you. First impression upon opening it up. We have a little owner's manual. We have parts. Now we're going to start removing the parts from the box. I assume that's going to be a leg. And the other leg. Oh, we have a cover for the belts. Package your nuts and bolts. Interesting piece of styrofoam. Oh, and the machine. Yo. Well, that's the horizontal table. Okay, we've got everything all unboxed, all set up. We've located some of the stuff, and I went through what you're going to need. They don't tell you what you're going to need, by the way.
By the time we were done with the whole job, we ended up needing all of these tools. We needed a alignment punch. We needed a small crescent wrench that I used for loosening some bolts that were a little bit larger. We needed a small Phillips screwdriver, a short one, and a longer Phillips screwdriver. They're both Phillips screwdriver number 2. We also needed a 14 millimeter open end box end wrench with a 14 millimeter socket. I used about a 6-inch extension, and then I used a 10 millimeter socket and a 10 millimeter open end box end wrench. We had a pair of pliers, a rubber mallet used for aligning a little bit, and then I had a brass punch and a ball peen hammer to do some modifications on the cover for the pulleys. And the other tools you need are the 3 Allen wrenches that are provided with the kit. The uses are self-explanatory because they're the correct size for 3 different assembly pieces on the saw.
Make a note. The number 9 part in the parts list shows a bolt M6 by 12. That's a 6 millimeter bolt that's supposed to be 12 millimeters long. You do not have one of the longer ones listed in the parts list. You need to save the 2 bolts that are longer to mount the axle. That is the only way you'll get the axle to mount, using a washer, a flat washer, a lock washer, and a nut, and then a flat washer and the bolt coming through the other side. So you need the longer bolts for the axle. Separate your longer bolts. Pull this. This is one of the legs. This is supposed to be the handle, the pull handle. It shows putting it in there. It does show 2 holes. This one only has, it shows 2 sets of holes. This only has 1 set of holes. It's got to be where it goes. In, and then use when you use your pliers. Just bend that up and around out of the way. And she's set. She won't come out. Okay. Then it tells you to put the tool rest on. Using 6mm bolts. That's a 6mm bolt with a 10mm head, 10mm socket. Okay. Flat washer, lock washer, and a nut. Okay, we have one leg kind of put on, the bolts are still loose, and we start with the next leg. This is going to be interesting.
Probably would help if your camera person could come hold the piece for you, but I've got the video.
Yeah, we'll get you the film later. Still want them to be loose, but I want them to be a little bit more snug. Okay. And okay, if you put the wheels on in this order, you did it wrong. We have this little brace that has to be put inside. So I'm going to go ahead and put those in now. Okay, so far in summary, we've assembled the tool rest, we've assembled to put the wheels on it, we've taken the wheels back off to put the right size bolts in the wheels. We now have the right size bolts in the wheels with the leg reinforcements in place. Now, on this end, it doesn't show putting these particular little pieces in, but this is the end that's supposed to have the little feet. That gives you some place that is going to level your bandsaw when you get it all done. Without them, you've got no support, and this gives you the support as well as the little legs. Next. Alrighty, we have the base all built. Base was a little bit of a problem. The panels were bent. This piece does not, the directions are not really clear on how to put it together, but the little tray edges stick in the upright position, and we had a problem with the bolts for the wheel, for the axle. Those have to be the longer bolts, don't forget that. It is a little bit of a problem putting it together because the panels do come in bent. Does not detract from the saw operation whatsoever. You just have to clamp it together with your little fingers and get the bolts in there and tight. Now we go on to the top.